Fame has a price, and for over a century, we've been paying in secrets, scandals, and tabloid headlines. From the golden age of silent films to today's viral TMZ clips, celebrity drama never sleeps. Ever wondered which stars shook the world in every decade? Buckle up, because we're about to expose the juiciest scandals from 1900 to now. But before we spill the tea, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, because trust us, you won't want to miss what's coming next. New York City, 1900. The Gilded Age is in full swing. Gaslights flicker, horse-drawn carriages clatter through cobblestone streets, and high society buzzes with ambition and secrets. At the heart of this glittering world is Evelyn Nesbit, a 16-year-old beauty whose face graces magazine covers and Broadway stages. With her delicate features, cascading curls, and piercing eyes, she's the talk of the town, a model and chorus girl climbing the ladder of stardom. But fame comes at a cost, and for Evelyn, it's a cost paid in scandal, betrayal, and blood. This is the story of the Evelyn Nesbit and Stanford White murder scandal, a drama so shocking it was dubbed the trial of the century. Buckle up, because this tale is a wild ride through love, obsession, and vengeance. Evelyn Nesbit wasn't born into wealth. Raised in Pittsburgh, she and her mother scraped by after her father's death. Her beauty, however, was her ticket out. By 1900, she was modeling for artists and photographers, her image plastered on everything from calendars to cigarette ads. She was the original it girl, captivating New York's elite. Among her admirers was Stanford White, a 47-year-old architect and darling of the city's high society. White wasn't just any man. He designed iconic buildings like Madison Square Garden and mingled with the Vanderbilts and Astors. Charismatic, wealthy, and powerful, he was untouchable, or so he thought. White took an immediate interest in Evelyn, showering her and her mother with gifts, dinners, and promises of opportunity. He invited them to his lavish apartment, a gilded cage filled with velvet drapes, fine wines, and a notorious red velvet swing, a plaything for his private amusements. Evelyn, young and impressionable, was dazzled. Her mother, eager for social ascent, turned a blind eye. But White's charm hid a darker side. One night in 1901, after a dizzying evening of champagne, Evelyn awoke to find herself violated. White had allegedly drugged and assaulted her, a secret she carried like a weight, fearing it would ruin her budding career. She was trapped, her innocence stolen by a man the world adored. Enter Harry Thaw, a Pittsburgh railroad and coal heir with a fortune to burn and a temper to match. Thaw, in his late 20s, was smitten with Evelyn from the moment he saw her perform. He pursued her relentlessly, sending roses, jewelry, and letters proclaiming his devotion. Unlike White, Thaw offered marriage, a way out of the scandal's shadow. In 1905, Evelyn accepted, hoping for stability, but Thaw was no savior. Obsessed and paranoid, he pressed Evelyn for details about her past, particularly her connection to White. When she confessed the assault, Thaw's obsession turned to rage. He vowed revenge, calling White the beast who'd wronged his bride. The stage was set for tragedy. On June 25, 1906, New York's elite gathered at Madison Square Garden's rooftop theater for a musical performance. The air was thick with summer heat and anticipation. Evelyn and Thaw were in attendance, dressed in finery, but Thaw's eyes weren't on the stage. They were locked on Stanford White, seated nearby. As the orchestra played and the crowd laughed, Thaw's fury boiled over. He approached White, pulled a pistol from his coat, and fired 3 shots. The architect collapsed, blood pooling on the polished floor. Screams erupted as the crowd realized this was no act. White was dead, and Thaw stood over him, gun in hand, shouting, he deserved it. The murder sent shockwaves through the nation. Newspapers churned out headlines, dubbing it the crime of the century. Thomas Edison's Nickelodeon machine screened reenactments within a week, a grim testament to the story's grip on the public. Evelyn, now 21, was thrust into the spotlight. Her beauty and tragedy splashed across every tabloid. The trial that followed was a circus. Thaw's defense team, bankrolled by his family's millions, argued temporary insanity, claiming White's actions drove him to madness. Evelyn took the stand, forced to relive her assault in excruciating detail. She described the red velvet swing, the champagne, and the night that changed her life. The courtroom gasped, reporters scribbled, and the public devoured every word. Thaw's wealth and connections worked in his favor. In 1907, the first trial ended in a hung jury. A second trial in 1908 found him not guilty by reason of insanity, and he was sent to an asylum. Evelyn, painted as both victim and seductress, faced a divided public. Some pitied her, others scorned her. Thaw's family paid her to stay silent, but the damage was done. Her career faltered as she navigated vaudeville and smaller roles, forever tied to the scandal. Thaw, released in 1915, divorced her soon after, his obsession replaced by indifference. The Nesbit-White Thaw saga wasn't just a scandal, it was a mirror to the era's excesses and inequalities. Evelyn, a young woman caught between powerful men, became a symbol of beauty exploited, her story immortalized in books, films, and even a Broadway musical. Stanford White's death exposed the dark underbelly of high society, where wealth could buy silence but not salvation. And Thaw, he walked free, a reminder that money often trumped justice. What do you think? Could Evelyn have escaped her fate, or was she doomed by the men around her? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and check out more stories from our VanishedFiles for scandals that shaped history.